Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Amara Creates. So today's topic is going to be my personal experience with raising children in Kenya. Now, when I first came to Kenya, I thought that everything was going to be similar to exactly what it was in North America. Education was free for me, healthcare was free, as well as life was just like more predictable, right? So here in Kenya, the challenges that so there's a lot of opportunities for children to grow and learn and everything. And I can say that education here is way better than North America, 100%. I feel like children get the adequate education here. They get trained, they get spoken to very well. The children get a really grounding form of education here, which I'm very proud of, but it comes with a price. So now it's a little bit pricey depending on like the kind of education that you want for your children. Obviously you can get the price can vary in every community, but if you're going for the British curriculum or the Canadian, American or Canadian curriculum or whatever, or an integrated, for me, it's an integrated curriculum with Islamic studies as well as the British curriculum. And I find that it is a little bit on the high end, but at the same time, I realize that it's totally different. It's a different community, different society, and we have different expectations. But I do feel like at times, yes, it gets to the point where, wow, it's a lot, especially when you have multiple children. And it's something that I want to advise everybody. If you're coming to Kenya, make sure you understand that. Yes, you'll get great education. I suppose you can get like a really good priced schools. But if you don't want them like that, like for example, there's different schools that are perfectly okay, great. But if your children will go there and not feel like, okay, they're missing out on something, then yes, you can put them in those schools. But certain schools kind of, for me, what I've experienced is they need to work on like a lot of other things. Like when it comes to like how the school looks, how the children are taken care of and things like that. So when I go into a school, I evaluate, as an educator, I evaluate everything, the curricula, I evaluate the teachers. I'm watching everything. I'm looking at the menus. I'm looking at how the principal is, what his philosophy of education is, what his discipline is, how does he take discipline, or her, how does she take discipline, or whatever. So I look at all of these things and I take into account. And I realize that, yes, there's a lot of beautiful schools and they cost a lot, but they're worth it. I think at the end of the day, when I think back, I'm like, yes, it's definitely worth it because they're getting a lot of, like, they're getting treated so well. They're getting the education way beyond your expectation, as well as it's an environment that's comfortable for them to be in. So that's very important. Extracurricular activities for them to feel comfortable with the curriculum, as well as the help and adequate assistance if the children are a little bit behind, or if they need a little bit more help, they get that. So those are the things that I love about this society here, that you can actually help your child as long as you're willing to pay the price. You'll get the adequate assistance and help here in Kenya. But let's talk about other things. Okay, so other than education, I think that the most important thing is allowing your children to integrate a little bit more into the society, talking to people, talking to the community, making them understand the language. The Swahili is important for them to learn. Yes, they're learning it in school, but they need to have friends that speak Swahili, Somali, other languages, and having a community of people where you're comfortable with them, parents group or something, or that you can actually go visit each other, take children out together, do things with other children so that they're not growing up in isolation. That's another thing that's important. Sometimes as expats, we kind of tend to gravitate towards our little nest and not like integrate with other people. So it's important that you integrate with the society that you're in, and also teach your children more about Kenya and let them experience Kenya really for what it is, And of course, be protective, be there, be present, keep them safe, but at the same time, be okay to go and experience different things with them. That's another thing. The third thing that I'm going to leave with parents migrating to Kenya is that it's important for you guys to also teach your children life skills. Okay, life skills means anything to do with cooking, cleaning. I don't want you guys to think that just because you have somebody that comes to your house and cleans your house and cooks for you and does everything, you forget the children need to do these skills. They need to do these things as well. They need to learn how to wash their own clothes. They need to learn how to clean after themselves, and they need to learn to cook. Okay, I'm sorry to tell you guys. It's important. These are life skills that you need to teach your children, no matter where you are in the world. They need to know these things, okay? And basically, the final thing that I want to leave with you guys with is also allowing your children to be individuals. That is so important. And in general, wherever they are in the world, just let them be who they are, but also teach them through kindness and love and compassion. Talk to your children. Talk. Have conversations. Question them, make them critical thinkers. Allow them to be critical thinkers. Allow them to ask you the questions that you are uncomfortable with. This is how they're going to grow. So I hope that you gained some insight from this podcast. And until next time, I hope that this was pretty quick and easy. And I will definitely continue on this topic in a later video, because I think this topic can go on for a long time. But for now, we're going to leave it at that. Again, subscribe, comment, and like this podcast and share it with your family and friends. Till next time, bye. Assalamu alaikum.